Hello, it's Richard Bowser here from the London Residential Summit in London, and I'm with Ian Fletcher from the British Property Federation. Good afternoon, Ian.
And good afternoon, Richard.
Ian, we've just had a fascinating day here, listening to a variety of speakers on a number of topics, all focusing on residential property in relation to the London area. Now, one of the main themes through today has been about build to rent, and obviously with the British Property Federation, this is something you've been sort of pushing or trying to educate people about for quite some time.
And from our perspective, I suppose the London market has both been inspiration, but also I think and frustration, and that build to rent started in London, got support from a number of local authorities in London, and that product is being delivered in mainly the outer boroughs of London.
Yes.
I think frustration in that things have become tougher in London, and as a result, I suppose the benefit of that has been that build to rent has rolled out across the country, and a lot of the recent growth in build to rent has been in other core cities, and then increasingly some of the secondary cities of the UK. So we publish a map on our website, and you can see how it sort of spread out from what was essentially a London base 3 years ago.
Yes, certainly Manchester, there's a lot of product, to use that term, being built, and I'm seeing more and more, as you say, in the regional cities. Why do you think it is that London has sort of stalled in terms of future provision? It's just the cost of land making it prohibitive?
It is. Obviously, the motivation for investing in build to rent is yield and cost of land. As the land market sort of come back, and other types of use have been active in the market. So things like budget hotels, student accommodation, more competition for the types of sites that build to rent would be looking for. And I think also maybe a matter of scale as well. The people that are looking to get into this sector are wanting to handle developments that are 200, 500,000 units to get up to scale reasonably quickly, and those sorts of opportunities in London are few and far between.
So given that the London Mayor has got set very ambitious housing targets at 65,000 extra homes a year going forward, I mean, how much of a role do you think build to rent is going to be able to play in that?
Well, certainly over the last 3 years, because the previous mayor had an aspiration for build to rent to contribute 5,000 out of 42,000. I think the sector has been delivering that. I think in terms of obviously 65,000 or thereabouts, that's an extra leap. I think we'll possibly find that easier in other parts of the country than in London. And in that regard, I think government has said 300,000 homes across the country, currently delivering about 200,000. We think build to rent can deliver about 20,000. So across the country, about a fifth of the government shortfall.
And in respect of again, commenting on London, as you've described, with a more buoyant market for land, what about this idea of a specific use class for planning? What are your thoughts on that? I was listening to someone saying that they've gone from being against it to being for it. Do you think this is the solution?
And we'd always said, this wasn't. We'd sort of ruled it out for what was going to be the 2015 to 2020 Parliament, and we'd done that because of a nervousness on the part of our members and funders, but also, frankly, the Housing Minister at the time, Brandon Lewis, was fed up of mixed messages from the sector. But we never ruled it out, period, and in that respect, it's something that may come back onto the political agenda. I think The nervousness at the start was particularly funders, bankers were very nervous of not having that exit route to for sale if things didn't work out. I think
Yes.
as people become more comfortable with build to rent, then a use class may work.
Ian, well, thank you very much for your time today at the London Residential Summit. It's Richard Bowser with Ian Fletcher from the British Property Federation. Thank you, Ian.
Pleasure.